This is how Kyle Shanahan must be feeling right now. Like a cool guy, hence the glasses. Yeah. So if you guys are not aware, there was a 3-team trade that happened on Friday this week. I'm not exactly sure the date. But all of this happened in one day. So let me break it down and then I'll explain my opinion and all that. So there was a 3-team trade. Well, it was 3 teams in total. So basically San Francisco sent the number 12 pick, 2 future first round picks, so 3 first round picks, and a third rounder from next year for Miami's third overall pick. So now San Francisco is picking at 3, hence the clip at the beginning showing how cool Kyle Shanahan feels right now. And 2 future first rounders and a third from next year. So, and then the other part of the trade. Then a couple of hours later, after Miami got the 12th overall pick, they traded with the Philadelphia Eagles for the 6th overall pick, a third or fourth round pick and they sent to Philadelphia the number 12 overall pick, a first round pick from next year, and a third rounder, I want to say, or fourth from this year. So let me just give what things look like right now. San Francisco is picking at 3. Miami's picking at 6. And the Eagles are picking at 12. So let me give my 2 cents on what this means. Initially, I'll start with Miami over here. Initially, the first trade for Miami was fantastic. They got future picks. They got the number 12 overall pick, which was better than the third overall, in my opinion, because listen, everybody had Miami taking a wide receiver at third overall. Personally, I do not like spending draft picks on wide receiver that high in the draft. So I am happy that they moved back and they got the 12th overall pick. They also got 3 future picks, 2 in the first round and 1 in the third round. So I feel like as a whole, that's very good for the Miami Dolphins as an organization. Let's say, I don't know, Tua doesn't do good this year, which I think he will. He doesn't do good this year. They have picks to pick their own. So that was nice. Keep in mind, it was a commitment to it, I feel like. At number 12, I feel like it's a good spot to take a wide receiver in. So they took a wide receiver at 12. I would have been completely fine with it. Um. So yeah. So I feel like this was a statement of committing to Tua Tagovailoa, their rookie quarterback, or their sophomore in 2021, 2022. Keep in mind they also have the number 18th overall pick this year. So they have the 12 and the 18th. Both of them are. One of them is from San Francisco and one of them is their own. Now I feel like at 12, now they traded back into the 6th overall pick into the top 10. At the 6th overall pick, the Chargers picked Justin Herbert. I have to bring that up. I feel like I feel like this was a weird the trade with Philadelphia was weird in a way, because what are they gonna do at the 6th overall pick that they weren't gonna do in the 12th? My point is, are they gonna pick a quarterback? I don't know, because they moved to the 12th and then back to the 6th. So I mean, I feel like moving to the 12th just proved your commitment, but moving back to the 6th sort of didn't prove that. So are they gonna take a quarterback? Are they gonna take a wide receiver? Again, I feel like 12th overall is a better spot to do that. Are they gonna draft an offensive lineman? I don't know. So they could go a lot of ways. Keep in mind, by trading with Philadelphia for that 6th overall pick, they lost one of their two 2022 first rounders. So next year's first rounder, they lost their own. So I don't know how to feel about that. They could go many ways. I don't know which way they're gonna go. But I mean, I don't see the point of losing a third rounder or fourth rounder this year, as well as a first rounder next year, to move from 12th to 6th. I especially for the Dolphins, given what they have and what they need, I do not see the logic in it, but we'll see on draft night. Anyways, moving on. We have the 49ers. The 49ers traded 3 first rounders and a third rounder to Miami for the third overall pick this year. Was this an overpay? A lot of people might say yes, but generally, no. Not generally. I genuinely do not think it was an overpay. Why is this? Again, I have to put the glasses back. I have to put the glasses back on to show Kyle Shanahan's feeling right now. Okay, so listen, so was it an overpay? I do not think so. Listen, in 2020, so last season, they put up 24 points against the Rams, 33 points against the Patriots, given the Patriots were depleted, but it wasn't like it was with their starter quarterback. It was with Nick Mullins, their backup. This is no shade towards Nick Mullins, but I don't feel like you'd be able to do that normally. Then you have in week 12, week 14, week 12, week 13, week 15, and week 16. So basically 5 games in the final stretch. All of their games except the Washington after their bye. So 11, 12. No, sorry, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I believe they only they only gave less than 20 points against the Redskins, if I'm not wrong on that. I might be wrong, but then again, it wasn't even with their backup because he got injured. It was with CJ Beathard, their third string quarterback, which is, in my opinion, just shows San Francisco is always competitive with Kyle Shanahan because he will prepare the quarterback so well. And now they're getting a top three overall prospect. I and this in 2020 last season. They brought Jimmy Garoppolo to the Super Bowl. This is no shade towards Jimmy Garoppolo, but I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is not that great of a quarterback. So I mean, if they were able in 2020 to bring him to a Super Bowl and score 20 points against the Chiefs when they went, I don't know how they're. I'm really excited to watch them with a top prospect in the draft. At quarterback, they have top prospects. They have Nick Bosa. They have Javon Kinlaw. They really have so many people, and they could go so many ways. Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel. I believe they picked him 19th overall. They have so many ways they could go. And listen, 2020, so last season was considered to be their Super Bowl hangover season. So, I mean, it's no surprise that they didn't make the playoffs. Look at the Rams from 2019. One of the better, what's it? From 2018, excuse me. The Rams were one of the best teams, and in 2019, what did they do? Right, so it's just like that. And listen, they have a new defensive coordinator in Miko Ryan. Sorry, um, he he coached or closely worked with Fred Warner, making him one of the best defensive players in the league. Yeah. D'Amico played in the NFL for a couple of years as well. I really liked the signing. Right, he was all pro. He was Pro Bowl. I really like the signing. And with the rest of defense, meaning they took a year off, most of them, because of injuries or whatnot. They have the top three quarterback prospect in Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, which might add is highly unlikely, but I'm never gonna lock something in because, as we know from the which draft, the 2005 draft, Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be selected first or second overall, and what happened? He dropped to 24th to the Green Bay Packers. So I mean, I'm never gonna lock something in and say this is who they're gonna pick. So they have the chance at Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, or Trey Lance, whoever even Mac Jones for that fact, but I don't think it'll be Mac Jones. But I mean, again, never lock something in. And listen, you're giving Shanahan again a top three prospect. So I mean, maybe not next year because it's going to be the rookie's first year. But in years to come, with age and feel like the prospect really is gonna more and more seasoned. It's a great situation for any rookie to be in at this point in time. Let me get to Philly now. Philadelphia, they have the 12th overall pick. They got it from Miami, and they got a 2022 first rounder, so next year's first round pick for the 6th overall pick, and I believe a third or fourth from this year. I read a report saying they're unsure about Jalen Hurts, which I don't understand if I'm being completely honest. He looked good this year. If they were unsure about him, why would they trade up in the draft? Why would they trade down in the draft? Excuse me, from the 6th overall pick to the 12th if they didn't want Hurts. Why would they trade down? I really don't understand it. I think they should be in rebuild mode. There are multiple ways they could go. They could go out and get Michael Parsons. They could go out and get Kyle Pitts. They could go out and get Tevin Jenkins. And they could even go out and get Jalen Waddle. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, I feel like Kyle Pitts and Jalen Waddle are sort of meh prospects for what they need. They are in, I don't want to say they're in a rebuild stage. They have a okay secondary. Again, they traded Jalen Mills, but they still have Darius Slay. I Their wide receivers are sufficient. Their quarterback Jalen Hurts, again, I really like him. I believe he did well. In the 6 games that he started, they have 2 first rounders. Technically they only have one this year. The 12th overall pick. Next year they could have 2 to 3. Because remember, the Indianapolis Colts gave a conditional first round pick to them. So, I mean, really, they're in rebuild mode. They should go offensive line, be it Tevin Jenkins. Again, be it Elijah Vera Tucker. Be it if Rashawn Slater's there, Rashawn Slater. I don't know, but they do not need weapons in my opinion. They need the big boys, the Hog Mollies, over there in Philadelphia. So yeah, basically that's my opinion on the three-way trade that happened in the NFL last week. Yeah. Anyways, bye.